Hi, my name is Aaron, and this is my show, Reeducation. And today I'm going to talk about competition. Competition is something that capitalists always say that capitalism is really super duper good at, right? I mean, that's basically what it's known for. Capitalism is known for having a market that puts different businesses against one another in competition so they can create the best product for the lowest possible price, right? Well, I would argue that in an unfettered capitalist system like what we have right now, all that ends up happening is those systems create monopolies. Capitalist businesses consolidate with one another and create large corporations that inevitably stifle the system, make it impossible for small businesses to compete, and destroy and rot away local communities. That is exactly what you see happening right now. If you go into your downtown core, if you live mostly anywhere, I'm sure that you'll see a ton of shuttered buildings. Why is that? Could it possibly be that the system is broken and that it's literally collapsing and eating itself as we speak, while the richest top 0.01% make ever-increasing, gross, disgusting amounts of money as the people at the very bottom starve and die? So I don't really like that, obviously. I think that that's probably a bad thing, probably damaging, and I enjoy competition. I like having a system that is actually incentivizing people to compete. I think that that's a good thing. And I don't think that's what capitalism does. So what I think would be a good way to allow people to compete, well, one way obviously would be to break up all of the large monopolies and turn them into smaller corporations, but that still leaves us with the barrier of having to have a large amount of capital to be able to start a business in the first place, to be able to get into the market to compete. Well, if you want to have a free marketplace, if you want to have the ability to have everybody compete, then wouldn't it make sense to be able to open that market up to everyone? Wouldn't it make sense to have everybody be able to compete and not just an selected few that probably got there through birthright or nepotism? I think not. I think that it's probably a good idea to have everybody in a society be able to have the means, to be able to have the ability to go into the market and compete with everybody else on a level playing field because of meritocracy. You know, that thing that we're always talking about having, but we actually never ever enforce. So a good way to do that, how would we do that though, right? How would we even do that? Well, here's your solution. You get a 0% interest business loan that is able to be given to groups of people who want to start worker cooperatives in their community. A worker cooperative allows the community to become their own bosses and own and control what they produce, when they produce, how they produce, and what they do with the profits. That means that the workers in the community, the workers at a factory, at a corporation, at a business, would be their own bosses. They would be able to make the decisions for that corporation and not just have them arbitrarily made for them by some CEO or politician 1,000 miles away sitting on a beach drinking a margarita, a Mai Tai. I don't drink, so I don't know alcohols right off the top of my head. I think it's important to have businesses being able to compete with one another. I think that's really the only way that we can have a free market. But without that, all you have is a market that was created by nepotism and birthright. I'm pretty sure that even a lot of ANCAPs would agree with this idea. So instead of just willy-nilly allowing anybody who happens to be born into money being able to be the only ones that are allowed to compete, why don't we open the broad spectrum of competition up to everybody and allow everybody to compete in this free market and give the people a 0% interest business loan to start up their own worker cooperative. After all, that is literally the exact same deal that we gave to the GM Corporation and the big banks right after they destroyed the economy in 2007. So, might be something to think about. Anyway, that's my show. My name is Aaron. Thanks for watching.